We're continuing to follow a story 23 ABC News first brought to you a few weeks ago. The controversy surrounding Interim McFarland City Manager David Tooley following a grand jury investigation that looked at hefty pay raises and a lack of transparency in the city of Madera, where he previously worked. Tooley is now speaking out tonight. 23 ABC's Emma Lockhart joins us in studio with his response. Emma?
Tooley took over as Interim McFarland City Manager after John Wooner went missing. However, 23 ABC learned Tooley left the city of Madera following controversy and a grand jury investigation looking at ethical issues within the city. Interim McFarland City Manager David Tooley now speaking out following a grand jury investigation first reported by 23 ABC a few weeks ago. The report released in June found a lack of transparency and ethics among officials in the city of Madera, where Tooley served as city administrator for 25 years before retiring.
We failed to communicate properly with with our citizens and explain the reasons. As a chief executive of the city, that failure is mine. I own it.
The investigation prompted by angry residents after learning top city officials received significant pay raises during a time when water rates increased. Tooley saying the spiked water rates were largely due to a water conservation program. However, there are still ethical questions surrounding the hefty pay raise Tooley and others received over 3 years.
People received pay raises because the city, at least when we began the process, were below market rates. We were paying people less than other cities were paying.
But records show Tooley was making significantly more than officials in other cities. In 2016, he made more than $260,000 with benefits. His total pay was more than $330,000. For perspective, the Fresno County manager made about $30,000 less than Tooley, yet Fresno has 5 times the population. Tooley maintains he was not aware of the drastic pay difference and says his salary was approved by the city council. However, he says he knew the high salaries within the city were not sustainable.
And I was very clear with the council on this. We were going to have to reduce compensation over the long term, and that was going to have to begin at the top.
Tooley resigned in 2016 following news publicity surrounding the salary increases within the city. He retired but became Interim McFarland City Manager after John Wooner went missing. Tooley says that he won't serve as interim city manager for more than 6 months. He says he recommended to the city council to reduce the city manager and chief of police positions to 3 days a week in order to save the city more than $150,000 a year. Reporting in studio, Emma Lockhart, 23 ABC Connect.
And it's